Hey people, Cario here, and today we're going to be doing another review. This one is about Doom Eternal, so it's full of loud noises, demons, destruction and death. Well, if you end up liking this video, you can drop a like, you can also subscribe. I also do stream over on Twitch, where I actually did play through Doom and a few other games. You can drop by if you want, let's talk some games, but yeah, let's jump into the review. The gameplay on this is smooth and very polished. Blowing up demons is very satisfying. All of the bigger demons have weak spots that the game tells you about when you encounter them for the first time. Some might see this as a bit of too much hand-holding, but it probably just wanted to have a good base of tutorials set up to teach the player what they should shoot at to be the most effective. Of course, these can be turned off in the options menu. Like for example, when the Caco demons show up, or the floating head demons, they tell you they are weak against grenades because they end up eating them up, and when they do, you can just go in for the glory kill and pop their eyes out. The big boys with the double hand cannons, for example, you can just destroy both of their hand cannons, weakening them. The game teaches you how to more effectively fight these demons so you can have an easier time, especially if you're playing in higher difficulties. The movement is a very important part in the game. It's fast and crazy. If you end up standing still or not moving enough, you can end up dead. This reminded me a bit of playing DMC in a way. The constant movement, jumping and shooting, weapon swapping, almost like a dance of death with all the demons. It is very similar to Doom 2016, but with a few changes. For example, the chainsaw now is just a way to get ammo that is used on smaller demons. There is no pistol, but it is still all about being super aggressive and doing those glory kills to get some health back. The collectibles are back, and they are very satisfying to find, especially the little figures. You can also find cheats and music from previous Doom games and other id games. These are a nice little way of slowing down the pace of the game just enough before you go into the next demon-filled area. There is also the Fortress of Doom, where all of your collectibles end up. It serves as a hub in between missions, and where you can also unlock new looks for the armors and a few upgrades. The audio in this is just amazing. You got the soundtrack that just fits with the game. Some might find it just to be loud noises, which it is, very loud and frenetic. But then there is also the cartoony sounds when you rip out an eye out of a Caco demon or when you do a headshot. Those two always made me chuckle. Every gun does sound like they do have a punch to them. The sound of crushing skulls, breaking bones and slicing up your foes, mixed with a heavy metal soundtrack, is just perfect. So visually, after playing this, I just want more games to actually use the Vulkan API. The game is super optimized and ran super smooth even in a 1060. The game does look good, but what surprised me was the performance boost that Vulkan gives to the game. I also did notice this on Doom 2016. Options wise, we get a lot of stuff that we can tweak. Everything that should be here is. Always good to see this many options on any game on the PC. So replayability wise, the campaign, besides the collectibles, there is no real reason to replay through one of the story missions. You do unlock master levels after you beat the campaign, but these, at least for me, feel like more of the same. They do change up the enemies you fight on the stages, but it is still the same objectives. Now, the 2 versus 1 battle mode, that did surprise me. 2 of the players play as the demons, while the third one is the Slayer. They did manage to make playing the demon side rather unique. You can summon lower demons, you get skills after each round, and after playing the campaign, playing on Team Demon is refreshing. Now story-wise is where the game lacks the most. I wanted to know more about the Sentinels and the Makers, but the game does not present that much while you're actually playing. Instead, you need to collect codex entries that are found around the map, and then you have to go into the options menu and actually read them, which is a shame because these would have been better if they were in the game and not just codex entries. There is actually a lot of lore and story in the game, but they're in the form of the codex entries, which is a shame that they didn't end up putting more inside the actual game. So my overall opinion of the game is that I actually enjoyed the game, but at times it did feel a bit repetitive. The lack of an actual story is the only real downside of the game. Demons bad, let's go kill them. This is basically the only real story that the game gives you. The game needed more codex entries inside the actual game. Some stages felt like they dragged on more than they actually should. The boss fights were also somewhat disappointing. They were repetitive and simple, but if you are a fan of shooters, you should give this one a try, because it still knows how to make shooting things look and feel good and fun. So yeah, people, that's my opinion on Doom Eternal. If you like this video, drop a like. You can also subscribe. You can also drop some feedback down in the comments below. That would be highly appreciated. I also do stream over on Twitch if you guys want to see me play through some games or just talk and chill. Everybody's welcome there. Links in the video description down below. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Stay awesome, and I'll see you in the next one.